In the intricate tapestry of human relationships, we are bound together by invisible threads, unseen yet profoundly impactful. These threads, often spun from our needs and desires, can either connect us in a harmonious balance or entangle us in a web of manipulation, creating a complex dance of influence and power. When we require something from another, whether it be love, approval, or material support, we unwittingly hand them the ability to influence our actions, our thoughts, even our very sense of self. This exchange of power is subtle, yet it shapes our interactions profoundly, like a puppeteer skillfully manipulating their marionettes. Those who hold the strings of our needs can exert a powerful, often unseen control over our lives, guiding our decisions and emotions. Think of a young gazelle reliant on its mother for nourishment and protection, its very existence intertwined with her presence. The gazelle's need for survival dictates its every move, keeping it tethered to its mother's side, a bond forged by necessity and instinct. Similarly, our own human needs, while often more complex, can bind us to others in ways we may not fully comprehend, creating invisible bonds that shape our lives. This dependence, this inherent vulnerability, can be exploited, turning our needs into tools of control for those cunning enough to wield them, making us puppets in their hands. The human psyche, a labyrinth of desires and motivations, is fertile ground for the seeds of manipulation to take root. These seeds, once planted, can grow and spread, influencing our thoughts and actions in subtle yet profound ways. We are by nature social creatures hardwired to seek connection and belonging. Our interactions with others shape our identities and our understanding of the world around us. This innate drive to form bonds, while essential for our well-being, can also render us susceptible to the influence of others, particularly those who recognize and exploit our vulnerabilities. Manipulators often use this knowledge to their advantage, creating a delicate dance of control and submission. One psychological principle that sheds light on this dynamic is the principle of reinforcement. This principle is a cornerstone of behavioral psychology and helps explain why we act the way we do. When we are rewarded for a particular behavior, we are more likely to repeat that behavior in the future. Rewards can come in many forms, from tangible gifts to simple words of encouragement. This principle applies not only to tangible rewards, but also to more intangible forms of reinforcement, such as praise, attention, or affection. These intangible rewards can be just as powerful, if not more so, in shaping our behavior. If, for example, a child learns that they receive attention from their parents, primarily when they are sick or in need of help, this can create a lasting impact on their psyche. They may unconsciously learn to associate neediness with love and care. This association can become deeply ingrained, influencing their future relationships and interactions. This early conditioning can set the stage for patterns of behavior in adulthood where individuals seek out relationships in which their needs are met at the expense of their own autonomy. Understanding these dynamics is crucial for breaking free from unhealthy patterns and fostering healthier connections. History is replete with examples of individuals who have masterfully exploited the needs of others to amass power and control. From cunning politicians to ruthless dictators, the tactics may vary, but the underlying principle remains the same. Identify a need, exploit that need, and maintain control. Take, for instance, the Roman Empire, a civilization built on conquest and expansion. To maintain their vast empire, Roman rulers recognized the importance of appeasing the masses. They implemented elaborate systems of bread and circuses, providing food and entertainment to the populace in exchange for their loyalty and compliance. By meeting the basic needs of the people, the ruling class effectively neutralized any potential for dissent or rebellion. The people, satiated and entertained, remained oblivious to the strings that held them bound to their rulers. This historical example serves as a stark reminder of the enduring power of manipulation through need. While the grand schemes of historical figures may seem distant, the same manipulative tactics continue to permeate our modern lives, often in more subtle and insidious ways. From advertising campaigns that prey on our insecurities to toxic relationships built on codependency, the puppet masters of today are all around us, pulling at the strings of our desires. Consider the pervasive influence of social media, a breeding ground for comparison and self-doubt. By showcasing carefully curated versions of themselves, Influencers and celebrities alike tap into our innate need for validation and belonging. We scroll through endless feeds of seemingly perfect lives, fueling a sense of inadequacy that leaves us craving the very products, lifestyles, and values being peddled to us. This manufactured desire creates a powerful cycle of consumption and dependence, with our needs serving as the driving force behind a multi-billion-dollar industry. Nowhere are the puppet strings of desire more tightly wound than in the realm of romantic relationships. The intricate dance of love and need can often blur the lines between genuine affection and hidden agendas. Love, in its purest form, is a beautiful expression of connection and vulnerability. It thrives on mutual respect, understanding, and the willingness to be open and honest with one another. However, when needs are not met in a healthy and balanced way, they can morph into weapons of manipulation, eroding the very foundations of trust and intimacy. This can lead to a toxic environment where love is overshadowed by control and fear. Imagine a couple where one partner is financially dependent on the other. The dynamics of such a relationship can become skewed, with power imbalances creeping in unnoticed. The dependent partner, acutely aware of their reliance on their partner's income, may find themselves censoring their opinions, suppressing their desires, and constantly walking on eggshells to avoid conflict, or even enduring emotional or physical abuse for fear of jeopardizing their financial security. This fear can be paralyzing, trapping them in a cycle of silence and suffering. This power imbalance, rooted in the dependent partner's need for financial stability, creates a breeding ground for resentment, control, and ultimately the disintegration of the relationship. The love that once flourished now withers under the weight of unmet needs and unspoken grievances. True intimacy requires a delicate balance of giving and receiving, a shared sense of respect, and the freedom to express oneself without fear of reprisal. Only then can love truly thrive and grow. The competitive landscape of the professional world is not immune to the manipulative tactics of exploiting needs. From demanding bosses to cutthroat colleagues, the workplace can be a breeding ground for power struggles and manipulation, with our careers and livelihoods hanging in the balance. Consider the ambitious employee eager to climb the corporate ladder. They may find themselves at the mercy of a manipulative boss who dangles promotions and opportunities like carrots on a stick, exploiting the employee's need for recognition and advancement. This creates a toxic dynamic where the employee is constantly striving to please their superior, often at the expense of their own well-being and work-life balance. They may work long hours, take on unreasonable workloads, and compromise their own values in a desperate bid to secure their boss's approval and, in turn, their own professional success. Breaking free from the puppet strings of desire begins with awareness. By recognizing the subtle signs of manipulation, we can start to unravel the intricate web of control and reclaim our autonomy. One telltale sign is the feeling of walking on eggshells around someone. If you constantly find yourself censoring your thoughts, suppressing your feelings, or modifying your behavior out of fear of their reaction, it's a red flag that your needs are being exploited to control you. Another sign is the presence of ultimatums or conditional love. Manipulators often use threats or promises as a means of coercion, making their affection or support contingent on your compliance with their demands. Pay attention to how you feel in their presence. Do you feel drained, anxious, or obligated? Once you've identified the puppet strings holding you back, it's time to start cutting the cords and reclaiming your autonomy. This process requires courage, self-awareness, and a willingness to set healthy boundaries. Start by identifying your needs and exploring healthy ways to meet them outside of the manipulative relationship. This could involve seeking support from trusted friends or family members, pursuing therapy or counseling, or engaging in activities that foster your own sense of self-worth. Remember, you are not defined by your needs. You are a complete and worthy individual deserving of respect and autonomy. By recognizing your own inherent value, you empower yourself to walk away from relationships that no longer serve you. The invisible threads of desire, while capable of ensnaring us in webs of manipulation, are not insurmountable. By understanding the psychology of need, recognizing the signs of control, and taking proactive steps to reclaim our autonomy, we can break free from the puppet strings and forge healthier, more balanced relationships. Remember, the power to control your life lies within you. Choose to surround yourself with people who value you for who you are, not for what you can give them. Embrace your needs as part of your human experience, but never let them be used as weapons against you. By fostering a strong sense of self-worth and setting healthy boundaries, you can navigate the complexities of human relationships with clarity, confidence, and the freedom to be your authentic self.